One more type right here. I have a video today. Today, it's going to share a little bit of a testimony. It's going to be my testimony video. And I can talk about many testimony videos for a very, very long time that I've been going through as far as being a Christian for the past 5 years. And I want to express this on YouTube because people might have a belief that God doesn't answer prayers and that God doesn't talk to you. I want to say that's wrong. That's 100% wrong. And it's going to be a little bit of an easy video. Going to be a lot of emotions involved in this video, and there's not going to be a lot of names being mentioned, but I will give fake names as an example. Let's put it that way. I've been going through a hard financial situation for the past 3 months, being tight on IRS debt, being tight on a rent situation that I was for quite a bit, being late consistently, and it hasn't been really hard, but it has been tough. I will say that. It has been tough. And long story short, I was asking my peers around me about what are stuff that I should do. Like, how can I budget this so I can make sure I be able to afford rent for the first? How can I be able to pay this debt off in a way where it's coming off quicker and I'm saving money? And I was asking multiple people. They had different ideas. And I remember that night I was praying for the second time because this is my first testimony about finances. I prayed about it. I said, God, if you can give me just the $500 that I need and I stop in the middle of my sentence. And God says, what are you doing? And I'm like saying, I'm just praying about it, And God says to me, pray bigger than that. I'm like, huh? He said, ask for the whole balance. So I say, I want the whole balance. Just give me the whole balance. That's all I need. And it stops there for a second. And somebody comes in to check in on me again. I'm trying to avoid names, but and they say, "What's going on with your situation?" And I've already had spoken to this person about how well I knew about certain things, and how smart, how I wanted to start investing, how I have my own Roth IRA, and this, and that, and just explaining him my knowledge that I know, and stuff like that. And he just told me, "You're such a bright kid for the person at your age." This is all happened way before this. So this same person that I was talking to them about a month later calls me and says, were you doing good? And I'm like, no, I'm going through a little bit of tough time right now, owing the IRS a certain amount of money, then rent, and this, and that, bunch of this debt. And he says, how much is your rent? And I told him the number of my rent. 1,100. And he says, what would be the number for the reset? Like, to absolutely reset everything to get you back to square one again. And I said I would have to think about it. I'm not sure. So he says, okay, I'll give you a couple days and think about it. So I was thinking about it for the past couple of days. What would that number be? I did the math. And this would pay off my debt, get my rent up to par, even though I've always been on time, but they started demanding the money earlier, so therefore they charged me the late fee, but I was always on time. It was never a matter of missing a payment and being on the urge of kicking out. No, I was always on time. But it was just the way that they switched it that seemed like I was late all the time, which is twisted in what it is, but anyhow. I'm thinking about it, and the number that I came up with was 2,100. It would get me back to square one to where I used to be in a nice, safe spot, not overwhelmed. And I sent him that number, and I texted him very anxiously. I told him, I don't like asking for help when I'm in situations of toughness because I believe people should be responsible for the mistakes that I make in my life. And I told him that, I just don't want to be a liability to other people. And it's just silent. So it's quiet for a bit. I think Sunday comes up, and after service, I'm going to Home Goods in a certain location, and I get a phone call. And he says, let's talk on Tuesday, and we'll meet up. So days go by, and I'm thinking about this. So far, days go by, meaning like 2 days. And I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. And then Monday comes up, and I'm not thinking about it as much anymore. I'm not overwhelmed. Today comes up, I'm not thinking about it, I'm not focused on it. And he says, I'm here. Because we were talking on what time to show up and whatever to get this done with. And I wasn't expecting $2,100 from this person, but I, but I, but I did, but I did get it. I did get, I did get my prayer answered, and it just shows that there's a God out there that's listening, and if you're trustworthy enough with what He has to give to you, and if you're willing to submit yourself to listen and to accept and to believe, He will answer. As children to God, He tells us all the time that He won't let us suffer. And it's just really, really crazy to think about those things. Really, really crazy. And after ending this testimony right now in this video, I kind of want to end it with this, is that He answers, no matter how big your prayers are. Now, the bigger ones, I truly believe, are going to take more time than the smaller ones. But our Father is always there answering the phone. He's right there waiting for you to call. Just as long as you pick up that phone and you ask, He will always answer. Don't never feel like you're being ignored. God will not ignore you. He will just wait for the right time to answer it. And when He answers it, He answers at the right time. It just takes patience and consistency. That's my testimony for today, guys. And like I say all the time, guys, I love you, and God loves you too, clearly.